Collective, whoever I am speaking to, you have a very specific message. Not only may you have learned that there was some infidelity or somebody that you could just not trust whatsoever that you were dealing with, I'm seeing here that they had multiple people that they used to connect with, and you had to choose yourself in a situation because it became so unhealthy that it started like getting in the way of like what you did for work for some of you guys, or this person was just so um unwell when it came to finances and things like that. It was easy to fall off with this person. And so in order to save yourself and your reputation, you had to separate from this person. I'm picking up here that they are like super duper obsessed with wanting to make something work or seeing if there is a way to repair the situation. Truth be told, I feel like you're not going to give this person any light of day, but they did want to communicate something with you. Some of you guys, you may need to know that this person may be somebody that you're getting ready to come across, because this is current energy and present vibes. So if you're not like separating from this person or in separation already and just needing a little bit of guidance and steps, this is showing that this could be somebody that is coming in towards you. You have fortune, rewards, faith, and expectation matters. So I feel like a lot of you guys have been on this pathway of choosing yourself, finding new fortunate jobs or circumstances here to recover yourself. I do get here that you are definitely a magnet for success. Some of you guys could be attracting a wonderful opportunity. Not everybody's going to be attracting a Forbes type like of opportunity, but some of you guys here could be editors, writers, or considered for an opportunity for a job there. That's for one specific person here. But I was getting here like releasing the fantasy and letting go of who you hope they'd be. Romantically, I feel like you're getting very realistic or down to earth when it comes to a situation or who somebody could possibly be, but also you're very reluctant for based off of what you've received. Okay, I feel like you're going to be choosing yourself. Like I said, you're going to be choosing the high vibrational opportunities that come to you and attracting more of that. I do feel here you're going to be a hot commodity. Okay, but be mindful, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities to deal with people who aren't necessarily serious for the role, especially if they are under the Vedic sign of Sagittarius. Vedic, okay, Vedic. December 15th through January 13th for Sagittarius is really significant for Vedic. And then for Libra, okay, those signs could be very significant. October 16th, November 14th, when it comes to the astrology, all right? I'm feeling like this person could fall underneath these signs, and be mindful, because my specific download was that if you are a male here, you could still be dealing with a female who is not the most loyal. So it is not just for my feminine energies out here. And if you're somebody who is bisexual or lesbian and things like that, these are the signs that you need to be cautious of, who might be causing a lot of that, or they're not completely as available as they expressed. Also be mindful here, because for some of you guys, this isn't necessarily a love situation, but this is more of a business situation, especially if you're in a sorority or a friendship group that's rather large, or you were planning a gathering with a group of individuals. This could have been in a spring or summer season here. I'm seeing that you may not know that some of the people behind the scenes have some like long-standing drama here, or they connected at some point in time. And I'm seeing here that in these matters, they may have wanted to keep it like separate from everybody else. Okay, you could uncover this. Some of you need to do some protection work, okay, because I am picking up there's gossip, slander, and negativity. Maybe even somebody who threw black magic rituals, slander that came your way. For casting this form of protection, some of you guys may be doing something related to frequencies, or you're doing something in the love department when it comes to something that you're going to be manifesting here. Be mindful of who you're manifesting to and what they really want, okay? But I am getting here that could be that aggressive energy that you're protecting yourself from, or maybe this is somebody who is coming onto your counterpart that you really love, all right? Be mindful of that. If you needed to know if like somebody has somebody who engages with them at work who likes them a bit more than what they realize, they made a comment about putting it in their mouth and stuff like that, like they was on some cast or some damn podcast or something. All right. We have student here. Some of you guys could be teachers, but for those of you who are in school or learning something, taking up a specialty in some way, shape, or form, you're being highly accoladed and admired. With teachers admire my discipline, intelligence, and curiosity. For those of you who are simply learning a task and things like that, people like being around you during this time. I am getting here that a lot of you are going to be standing out for what it is that you do, for the way that you learn. That's what people like about you, what your bosses appreciate about you. What you're going to notice is that somebody around you who may be younger than yourself is getting or improving in their grade works, or they're going to be recognized and have high marks, higher marks than what they thought. I'm seeing them being rather surprised. I'm also seeing some people who are going out to celebrate this. Gemini could be very significant for who I'm picking up on. Vedic sign, though, we have June 15th until July 14th. Okay. That could be some Cancer. Some say that is Cancer, the son of that. But we have new lover alert that was on the bottom of the deck too. Just be mindful here. I'm picking up that some of you guys, these new romantic opportunities here, they may be Armenian or Mongolian, whether you know it or not, or they look it or not, and Monacoan and Dominican Republican. I say that because I didn't know whose message was being channeled through when I just ran through these cards and was using it, right? These motherfuckers started describing like an ex's background so damn, I don't even think they knew all that shit about themselves, just black. But I'm getting that vibe here where somebody's going to have like maybe an accent here. This could be somebody who is different than yourself, but I feel like there's going to be something about this particular person that you reject, you decline, but initially you find very attractive. I'm also getting here, this could be a declined date that doesn't go so well because of disagreements with language as well as scent. Somebody's wearing an overpowering scent. All right. This one may go more favorable. Okay. Especially if they do carry a more powerful dominant sign. I feel like this person is not a manhandler, but they're like a perfect gentleman, or they're the perfect type for a gentleman. Okay. Like I feel like somebody knows how to behave, knows how to be like to be, how to act. Okay. Somebody's very sincere too. You may need to know something about this. There's something here about these two. Somebody's very loyal and trustworthy if you weren't expecting it or if you didn't know that about them. They're not so shallow. I'm getting the term shallow like the last person. I don't know what that's about. Like you dealt with cheap offers. And I feel like you may not even recognize what I mean by cheap offers, because there's a difference in what is coming through based off of what somebody's interpreting it as. And then I'm getting skeptic. Okay. So be very mindful here. This could also be related to vacation and travel. For some of you guys, it could be ethnicities and backgrounds. Okay. And if somebody speaks a different language or something like that, or is interested in like different foods and exploring different options. All right. What is this five-party situation? What is this person missing you for and wanting to communicate about? Because I feel like there's so much other things you'd rather get to. But what's this five-party situation wanting to tell you about, if there's any more tea or drama with it? Page of Swords. They may even be trying to offer like something else to somebody new. But I'm also getting here like somebody's very hot and attractive, but that doesn't mean that you aren't. And I feel like you're a total catch. You need to go ahead and be spontaneous and seek other options. For those of you who were dealing with a relationship where somebody was too messy, it feels like this person wanted to make you insecure when like you could really be the pull or the move. It's like when the person has, I mean, this isn't like a same sex relationship from what I'm getting, but it could be. But like when you got the biggest or the best sack or something, like it's giving that vibe of like you can't compete where you compare, but there's an obvious thing here that stands out about you that this person wants to like cover up. Like they want the clouds to be in front of you, like the Seven of Cups. Okay. And this five-party situation, but like you're too hot to obtain this person, to be around this person. Like they can't keep you. Okay. People are going to notice you. You may look good, very nude. Okay. People may find or compliment your physique, your curly hair, your fixtures beside or around you, darling. Or, oh, is it? Do you do funny or odd things with your areas, or have you done that before? This is not going to be for everybody, but for somebody here, they have, or you had a person who did that, and I feel like you like a lot of laughter when it comes to your romantic situations and stuff like that. But you want somebody that's a little bit more mature than that person was nowadays. But you have a fresh start that's coming in. Follow and trust your heart. Your heart chakra is going to be really significant with this pink and this green here. That's really significant for the heart chakra. And I always pick up that you should try like 639 hertz frequencies when it comes through. But look before you leap. It's very good for grounding. So that's why I attribute it to, bringing up that frequency for a lot of you guys. You have this self-made energy, which shows that they're like really upset and mad that you're getting away from this person, that you look better, that um, are more vocal, prominent than maybe a masculine here who wanted to uh, defeat you, but I feel like they can't. You have the devil here. I feel like you've already dealt with toxic cycles with situations that you no longer want to give to anymore. You've also been able to like recognize things, toxic, dark cycles that you no longer want to go towards, and you know how to free and liberate yourself a lot easier from past mistakes, tendencies, like, the setups, red flags, and shit like that. It's a lot harder to um, get you to go back to the old ways, especially if you're a Virgo or you dealt with one who really wanted to like leave you in a low vibration or had this belief that you'd stay in a lower frequency. I feel like they didn't have much to offer you anyway. And that is the truth here, because you have the Queen of Swords. It's like you had to really be honest about a lot of things. You may have even had to hide or uncover a lot after the fact about who you really are. You went through a journey about like unmasking who you are and vocalizing what you really want, need, and promenading it, because this relationship may have came too early in your life or at a time when you really needed to come out of your shell more. It's like somebody almost triggered your genius, all right, whoever I'm talking to, collective. And with this, you're making head over heart decisions. Is going to guide you very well. Because I'm getting here that you have a lot of things on your mind. All right. But it's almost like you think the best when you have that happening for you, because if it's not busy enough, you get really bored fast. Okay. It doesn't mean that you like clutter, but I feel here that when you have a lot of concepts in your mind, it's great for you to like piggyback. You could be somebody who's really interested in like bouncing ideas off of like others, or a good amount popcorning could be really significant for you and how you think. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a masculine who really treats you well and finds you more like accommodating to what can go in the prosperous, or what can be more successful. I don't necessarily get this as somebody who's looking to set up a job front with you, but more so like a family. And we have the Ten of Cups that comes out. If this isn't you, that is the masculine thinking like this, you're the feminine who is being thought of in a way where somebody wants to come together with you. And I feel here that you guys are really perceptive to this energy. Together, both could have children that are separate from the situation, but things will definitely swing in the favor of fulfillment. I'm picking up here a lot of you guys take advantage of the fact that you guys may love to travel, that you guys may love communication, openness, nature, flowers, um, wine, going out and doing the same things. Okay. There's something here about your wants that are deep, 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 deeply rooted, that are highly connected. Some of you, but not all of you guys, it's saying that you may have found out or are covering that your grandparents have the like they got along very well. If that is for you, like if you and a counterpart are already together, they grew up and got along very well. That's not going to be for everybody, but of course, I had to like give it how it was coming through. This can also be two people who are getting along very well together, that aren't normally together, but seem like they'll have a great relationship or something like that with the Four of Cups. I feel here that there's not much to change here. I'm also getting here that there's going to be a great time for you to journal, to appreciate and admire a lot of what you're on taking. Okay. I feel like this is a great energy for creative impressionism, to take a step back, to feel as though you have like gotten enough. You know how when you get enough fulfillment in an area, like a green bubble instead of like a red one, it feels like you've over um, done what you needed to do. You know, you've successfully done what you needed to do, not over. Okay. Be mindful of somebody who's going to make you feel like you've overgiven to a situation. All right. I feel like this is a situation where things are rooting at its head, and you're just too attractive and too fucking fabulous to be dealing with this person's karma, drama, and bullshit. Okay. It feels like you just don't want to give to this person anymore, and it almost feels like you oftentimes feel like they take from you. Okay, so you being a little bit selfish, giving to yourself more, protecting yourself, your abundance, your energy, maybe even being self aware about why relationships aren't coming in if they aren't, and not being so hard on yourself and doubtful. You may recognize that you need to heal a little bit more. You may be self aware that you're not ready yet. You may be self aware that you're taking time to get your valuables together, or I'm seeing here that it is coming in, but you need to prepare yourself and clear out the BS from people that don't serve you. But at last, you'll reap the rewards of all your hard work. Some of you guys weren't even invested in that, and that is okay. You may have felt like you overgave to it in the past, and now you needed to focus on something else. Nevertheless, there could be like something that came from that relationship that you're choosing to focus on and prioritize too. The high priestess hears about what you do know and what you're anticipating or expecting. Somebody is upset about what you do know, this Libra energy, okay? Like I said, it is a Vedic energy that is between October the 16th and November the 14th here, okay? Just be mindful that I feel like this person doesn't necessarily appreciate what it is that you know, because it may favor you when it comes to like the legalities. It may be something that is supported. Maybe you have evidence, documentation, something here with this situation, but I'm getting that nevertheless, what you know is going to favor you. And I feel here that it is highly valuable. I'm also getting that you need to be mindful of dates that are coming up. Casting a protection spell candle frequency helps. You'll need to protect yourself from a lot of naysayers, somebody who wants to get in the way of a victory, somebody who could be wanting to overthrow a victory meant for you or somebody that you care about. Victory is not all that it seems when friendship perishes. Okay. I'm also getting here that this could have something to do with a situation where all is going to be lost if somebody doesn't really take the proper steps. But I feel like somebody doesn't necessarily care. When you have this Ten of Pentacles here, it could even be that somebody is choosing themselves, their loved ones, and what truly matters to them. And ultimately, you have to secure this the most. A life filled a life fulfilled will set you free to share the wealth. So I'm also getting here that there was something that was restricting you or somebody else that prohibited the opportunities to move forward. And it could have been a friend or somebody who wanted to get in the way, maybe even have you choose between them and people that really love, care about you. It could even be pets, animals, and things like that. Your children, okay? People that you really care about or really matter to you. And they could have like wanted to make fun of or say something about what you do, your intuition, how you use it, how you maneuver things, how you handled your life, okay, and what you're doing in general. But I feel here that nevertheless, you're the one that's in the upright. You're the person that is the most secure. You or somebody here who walked away from the situation and stayed gone made the best choice, okay? And I feel like somebody just cannot get over how somebody's handled this since. Alone time is needed to reconnect with me, myself, and I. You chose yourself and you chose patience. Some of you guys, you're choosing to step away because you're a student and maybe you've been a student for a while and you needed to recover, all right? For those of you who are needing to like financially give back during this time or something like that, I feel like you're going to be reminiscing on the opportunities, but you could be wanting to know, recognize how to implement this into the real world. Some of you guys who are needing like forms of consistent pay or jobs or something like that, there's something here where you're going to be feeling like it's always damage, baggage, something that wants to come back, hold you up, reconsider you, somebody who's always calling you back into. Is this somebody who doesn't want you to leave? Somebody who may want to give you extra hours when you don't need the shit? and you need rest instead, be mindful of those types of opportunities that are coming in too, like things that prolong something that you truly want and they don't necessarily meet your expectations, either with pay, what you'll get out. It's something here with it just not really giving you what you want. If it's a relationship, this is somebody here that you know is holding you back from moving on from something better. Okay. And I feel here that this is somebody who can't let the past go. They can't let old conversations go. You guys can't start new shit because they always want to like bring up the old stuff. All right, somebody's clothes or a bag of clothes that somebody uses could smell bad. They may just want to take advantage of the stuff in which you have to cleanse and clean to move forward. But I'm feeling here somebody could even be taking advantage of a car, a vehicular situation. Somebody's a scapegoat. And I feel here that you are no longer interested in situations like this. Alicia Keys could have talked about um, a situation like that was really karmic, like what you dealt with or were going through. But I feel like it's definitely not this new lover. It could be why you gain this new lover here, because you see clearly that there is something better for you if you just forge ahead. If you challenge yourself, for those of you who where it may be a little bit tougher to either put yourself out there or to stand firm in your beliefs. If you say, you do want to step away and choose to have a better relationship and somebody's like, rejecting that, I feel like you're going to pull your sack out on them. Are you really fulfilling these things over here? Because they looking mad blue if you don't stop playing with them. That's how you feel. You rather have something happy and riveting and red and, working and operable. But better than that, because it's not just about the physicalities of it all. I feel like you want somebody that you have a true connection with, somebody that you meet eye to eye with, somebody who could be interested in the same things that you're interested in, especially if there's a certain aesthetic that you're interested in that a lot of people don't necessarily get, or they only appreciate the superficial sides of it. Somebody could be definitely into the Renaissance, somebody could be into vintage, but I feel like this is further than vintage. These are like very well preserved items, high class materials, auctions. Somebody could be really interested in um, flowers, but I'm getting more than that. Somebody's interested in like vineyards or um, settings here about traveling. Somebody's interested in like Tuscany types of vibes, angelic energy too, mastering a lot of um, history artifacts, maybe even exploring a lot of like past things, but not interested in like over analyzing the things. Somebody's also interested in a more upbeat aesthetic too. All right. And I feel like somebody's also uncovering that somebody wants to heal and grow, explore further options, and somebody who wants to like check a lot of things off of their bucket list is coming through too. Somebody who wants to fulfill you is coming through as well. Somebody's going to be surprised. There's a masculine energy that I'm getting who's going to be really surprised at how a divine feminine exceeds their expectations, because I feel like they may struggle or may not necessarily have something in one area, but they have like another thing that somebody is really not expecting. What is this? Your generosity pays off in the lives that you touch. Yeah, you're going to be touching somebody's lives as well as this it's not just a masculine, it's a family member, somebody close to them, something that you do, you're going to like really surprise them and um change like how they thought that this relationship was going to go turn out, because I feel like they were getting their hopes up on like their expectations up about something. Somebody's going to surprise them in their knowledge, what they can do, how they can deliberately help. Like, I don't know, not every, masculine is going to have their own business, for example. But like, if somebody has their own business, somebody's going to actually be able to stand out, carry a part of it, be interesting enough to like show up, be a face for something. Somebody here is also going to be great when it comes to helping this masculine to leverage themselves. 66 is very significant to this relationship. 466 could also be a part of somebody's phone number. I'm also getting this vibe that somebody likes how you carry things. You bring them balance, you bring them wholesomeness. Somebody could be a great masseuse, cook. Somebody here could be you clean things up that they don't necessarily like to clean up all the way to, honestly. This is what they wanted to tell you. Your compassionate heart brings comfort to loved ones. There's somebody here who really takes a liking or a calling to your bosom other than your companion or your spouse. It could be a pet if it's not a child. And I feel here that once it's like not just an animal and a child, it's going to become a man. Like for real, for real. Or if you're interested in a woman, I'm picking up here, there's going to be a man, like a brother, a relative who's going to be like laying on your bosom or something like that while you got this t shirt on. Maybe they have a child with a woman or something like that, and it brings you guys close together. And you wake up like after y'all all fall asleep or some shit. I'm seeing like a brother who doesn't realize that they're sleeping on their sister and they own the titty with the baby. And the girl is holding the child. It's like a newborn. But anyway, you guys get along very great. And I feel like this is more heartwarming than anything. But you have this strength. Look, the bosoms. The binoculars is out. I'm getting this vibe here that a lot of you guys are taking care of yourself. Leo energy could be very significant, but it's not the prominent energy here. It's no particular sign with these messages. This is more about who is here in a channeled message. You being brave, confident, and strong about what makes you vulnerable or what could transpire that is making you feel a bit emotional. I feel like it's coming through for the collective here. You need to stand up and be brave about what you truly want, compassionate about what you're driven towards. If you're interested in traveling or if you're wanting to meet somebody new and discover some new things, go for it. It feels as though Source is trying to open up your world and get you to explore your options, to see things from different perspectives, to be more in a kindred or a liking to what you feel like is most meant for you, okay, and what is out there for you. There was something that you were meant to find or uncover here. It could be that somebody really isn't the person that you thought that they were. They aren't the most stand-up guy, the most loyal person that you thought that they were. And also the Most High wants you to really be grounded the next time that it relates to like who you're manifesting in your life, because truth be told, I feel like there's better out there for you, people who are more realistic, more wholesome, more in a liking to who you are, people who are even more successful, people who treat you better. I can tell that this person isn't successful, for example, because of how they communicated towards you and how they tried to make you feel off rip. Whoever I'm talking to in the collective, those were like the first messages that came out. And this is unrealistic goals will set you up for disappointment. I feel here that this person didn't necessarily have the best perception of themselves, so they couldn't necessarily give you their best. And they wouldn't necessarily uplift you if they feel shitty, right? They would be like, why did you choose me? Of course you may not feel the best about yourself because you went with me. And then you really start to see and check on yourself like, hold on, this motherfucker may have some validity to it. But once you recognize that it's best for you to just not dig into, all of those deficient things that this person feels about themselves, and you choose to quality control the situation, you're also going to be liberating your finances from this situation, not giving to things that don't serve you, not over giving yourself into a situation, or better yet, not investing too much is simply what this is saying. Hold on tight to your emotions, your energy, and separate from those who want to make you jump in really quick, because it's going to end just as fast as what this is saying, collective. But be very mindful, if you have given a lot of time, effort, and attention to this person, you're going to be getting a whole lot more back because you deserve so much more. This person really wasn't the it person that you thought that they were. And I feel here that they didn't really have themselves together, nor were they serious enough for you. Okay, you deserve better. You're getting better. Just trust it. All right, this new person that's going to be coming in towards you, they have that Four of Wands, that Six of Cups, that Six of Pentacles energy. There could be nostalgia with this person in some way, shape, or form, or there's going to be immediate trust, support. You may even be coming across this person's friends or relatives, whether you know it or not. Some of you guys obviously won't know it. You're going to be healing from a situation that no longer serves you, but just know that it's promising, and source is sending you like this kind hug from the real people that are meant to be in your life coming up rather soon. So that's the real loving kindred spirit kind of energy. You coming across these people, feeling that energy of hopefulness. There's going to be something with the skies too that's really significant on this day, where you'll later come back to this and be like, oh my gosh, that was her cousin. Oh my gosh, that was her friend. That was her mom. I saw them shopping or I saw them going somewhere. But this is a very cute energy just before you get to meet your true person or companion here. Or if this isn't a true person or companion for you, you're coming across an opportunity. Even a boss is being highlighted here, or somebody who is really important to a family member, a structure that you're going towards, or even how you're going to structure your family in the future, with the strength card highlighting itself and the lion. Okay, a new animal could be promised here in this energy. This is very exciting. Okay. And it's going to be better than whatever you thought that other person was going to provide you with. You deserve this, collective. I hope and pray that this resonates with you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, share, and subscribe. I would love to read for your energy. Thank you so very much for tuning in. May you be blessed and take care. Bye.